Hey guys, Ultramaximus back with another top 10 list. This time we're taking a look at my top 10 picks for movies of 2014. Now, this doesn't mean these are the top grossing films or they're the best films of 2014, but they're the top 10 films that I thought were the best. So let's take a look at number 10. Number 10 is going to go to the Lego Movie. And to be honest, I didn't think I was going to like this movie. I was like, this is going to be dumb, it's going to be lame. And then I saw the trailer and thought, this actually looks pretty fun. And to be honest, it's all about Batman for me. The Batman character in this movie is hysterical. Morgan Freeman's character is really good, and the Wild Child character is also funny, but it was really all about Batman for me, and just the overall movie itself, very amusing. I think it's good for kids, it's good for adults, it's a silly concept, and it's just a fun ride, and that's why it's in the top 10. Alright, number 9 is going to go to Godzilla. So they rebooted Godzilla this year in 2014, and I did like it. There were a lot of issues I had with the film, mainly being there wasn't enough Godzilla, and it seemed to take forever for them to actually introduce the monster, and the film itself just felt long. That being said, it was well done. Godzilla looked amazing, and I liked the fact they went back to the original concept of Godzilla fighting other monsters. Genius, absolute genius, and we got a great toy out of it. The giant-sized Godzilla toy is amazing. Check out the review on it. But overall, a very good reboot, and that's why it's on my top 10 list. Number 8 is going to go to the Batman animated film direct to Blu-ray, Assault on Arkham. And while this did not get a theatrical release, that's fine, because this is one of the best films I've watched this year. It's very, very adult for an animated DC Comics film. There's a sex scene with Harley Quinn and Deadshot, and Captain Boomerang is a badass and a douchebag, and just some really, really violent scenes. And we get the first look at the new guy doing the voice of the Joker, and it's basically a Mark Hamill impression, but that's okay, because he does a good job with it. All around, a fun, adventurous film. It's about the bad guys that you gotta love, and of course, Batman coming in and kicking some ass, and that's why it makes the top 10 list. Number 7 is going to go to The Amazing Spider-Man 2. And this film got deadpanned for some reason, and I'm not really sure why. This was the Spider-Man film with Andrew Garfield I was really looking forward to. He's already Spider-Man. We don't have to go through a bloody origin story. It's Spider-Man in his prime, and I loved it. They perfected the costume. He had the right set of eyes. The costume looked great. The character's awesome. Andrew Garfield is the best Spider-Man we've ever had. He's a snotty teenager with a sarcastic attitude, and that's what you want in a Spider-Man. Electro was kind of creepy before he became Electro, and then the villain itself was just kind of bleh. The Rhino, I really didn't care much for the whole cybernetic thing going on there, and the Green Goblin was However, the character development with Gwen Stacy was genius, and I really didn't think they were going to go there in this film. I thought they were waiting for number 3, but I'm glad they did. Very cool stuff, and that's why it's in the top 10 list. Number 6 is going to go to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Michael Bay produced reboot of the Turtles franchise. And I really didn't think I was going to like this film. I walked into it with some hesitation, and to be honest, I did enjoy it. However, the first 15 minutes or so with Megan Fox is so horrible and truly shows what a bad actress she is. The film actually does get good once the turtles show up. I really do like the redesign of them. I liked the characters. They had it down. They looked modern. I loved how they were wearing garbage. I love how they were teenagers, acted like teenagers, and they were huge and gnarly. And Shredder was actually really, really cool. I like the toys of the line. Definitely cool stuff. Check out my video reviews of the figures. And the only thing about the main characters that I wish was a little different, I wish Splinter was actually Hamato Yoshi instead of a mutated rat. And the whole them being pets of April as a kid was a little forced in the film. But other than that, I really did enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to the sequel, and that's why it's in the top 10. Number 5 is going to go to the final chapter of Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings epic, and it's The Hobbit: Battle of the Five Armies. And I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan. I love the novels. I love the original trilogy. I personally, out of the original trilogy, I thought that Fellowship of the Ring was the best film. And I'm thinking probably The Hobbit, Unexpected Journey is my favorite of this trilogy, as you know, that first one as well. Love Martin Freeman as young Bilbo Baggins. Love Benedict Cumberbatch as Smaug. Loved uh, Gandalf coming back. It just everything was really nice. I liked the Hobbit story better than I did the Lord of the Rings story as a child and as an adult, and it's nice to see that all come to fruition on the screen, and the ties into the Lord of the Rings was nice. I did like that. They took a little liberty with that, but it was a good tie-in. I did enjoy it. I still prefer the title There and Back Again over the Battle of the Five Armies, but it's expected of this final film here. All in all, great film, great way to cap off this trilogy, and it's a bittersweet moment that we're done with the Peter Jackson Middle Earth stuff, but it had to be included in the top 10. Number 4 is going to go to Transformers Age of Extinction. And while I do have my problems with the Bayformer films, you know, they're good popcorn movies. I will say that. I love the fact they brought the Dinobots in. They were a little different. Unfortunately, they don't get much screen time. They're kind of a big tease up until the end. I liked how they reset the cast. I liked how they reset all the robots. And they basically killed everybody off and started over. The weird thing is, though, all of the Autobots are a stereotype from a certain country, which is odd. Australia and the US and Japan. It's just very, very odd. But I do like Optimus Prime's new truck mode. I think that looks a lot better than his previous truck. I don't know about his new robot look. It is what it is. The 3D in this film looked great, and it's giant robots from space fighting. I mean, you can't ask for any more in a summer popcorn film, and that's why it's in the top 10. The number 3 spot is going to go to Captain America: The Winter Soldier, which is, of course, the sequel to Captain America: The First Avenger. I really didn't expect this to be any good. I walked into this with low expectations, walked out highly satisfied. The first film had a lot of nostalgia, set in World War II, it was an origin story, came forward in the future, really loved it. Um, this is a spy thriller. Absolutely. Nick Fury was really good in this film. The Black Widow character, Scarlett Johansson, stole so many scenes. Loved her way better in this than the Avengers. And the Falcon. I love the Falcon character. He was great. Of course, Captain America and the Falcon, classic, iconic duo of heroes in the comics. To be honest, I want them to ditch Hawkeye out of the Avengers and replace him with the Falcon. He's far superior. Better actor, better character. Period. Really impressed with this film. Really enjoyed it. 3D looked great. Can't wait for the next Captain America movie, and that is why it gets put in the top 10 list. The number 2 spot has got to go to X-Men Days of Future Past. Downright, in my opinion, the best of the X-Men films in the entire franchise. It's a sequel to the reboot of X-Men First Class, and at the same time, it ties up all the storylines from the original series with the original actors. I mean, it was genius. Love the new cast, love the new Magneto, love the new Mystique, love how Hugh Jackman's Wolverine was in it, tying everything together. That was just brilliant. Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen as Magneto. I mean, you can't go wrong with this. It's just fantastic. And just about every one of the original actors at least made a cameo in this film, except for some of the villains, like Rebecca Romijn. She was not in this film. Vinnie Jones, the guy that played Toad and Darth Maul. So some of the characters weren't there, but the majority of them were. And Kelsey Grammer, that one surprised me to see him in there. It just all round great geekiness. Everything you want in an X-Men film is here. Absolutely loved it. And Quicksilver, that character stole the movie. The scene where they break out Magneto, just the best scene in the film. Absolutely, 100%. So that is why it's in the top 10 list. And my number 1 spot has got to go to Guardians of the Galaxy. This movie captured my heart from the first trailer about a year ago, and I said it then, this is either the best movie of the year or the biggest flop, and it did not disappoint. Love the assembly of the characters from the comics. This is the 90s version, more or less, which I really liked. They had Baby Groot, which was great from the comics. Groot, Rocket, obviously fan favorites. Zoe did a great job. Loved Drax. Great comedy. Chris Pratt steals this movie, breaks it out. Can't wait to see him in Jurassic World in 2015. And I believe he said he modeled Star-Lord after Marty McFly and Han Solo. And, I mean, just nails it. If you have not seen this movie, where in the hell have you been? Because this is the best film of the year, hands down. So thanks for watching, guys. What do you think? Put some comments down below. What were your favorite films? If you like this video, thumbs it up. If you hate it, thumbs it down. Share my videos. Subscribe. I do appreciate it. And always look for more videos in the future.